everyone, it's Mel here and welcome back to Mel's Blind Life, the YouTube channel all about blindness, and welcome to another video on my holiday on the Indian Pacific in June of 2022. I've just realised I'm wearing the same top that I started my last video wearing. Anyway, this video I'm going to do some tours of the Indian Pacific train. I'm going to show you the single occupancy cabin bathroom, toilet, the single cabin by day and by night. I'm also going to show you the dining room and somewhere very, very exclusive on board the Indian Pacific. So I hope that you enjoy this video. In one of the sections that I recorded, sitting down and talking to the camera at one stage, I did mention that in this video there were going to be some photos of my meals and stuff while I was on the Indian Pacific. I've actually changed my mind, and those photos and menus are going to be in a separate video. So just completely discard what I say there. So as I said, sit back, relax, and I hope you enjoy this video. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a tour of the shower room. This is actually at the opposite end of the carriage to mine. Through that door that way is staff quarters. Passengers can't go any further forward. And down that way is rooms. So this is at the other end of the corridor. So in we go into the shower room. There's a little lip on the floor there. It's very bright in this one. So when you come in the shower room, on your right is a hand dryer with a handrail underneath it. Then next to those is a toilet, so that means that there's actually 4 toilets in this carriage for 18 people. I think it's 18. I'll have to double check that fact. Then past, hang on, just made a mistake. We'll start again. When you come in the door, on the right is the hand dryer and a handrail. Then you follow the handrail, and you actually have a second door, which is a glass door into the shower itself. So the shower is quite a large space. There's taps in the corner. It's quite a large shower. There's body wash supplied. It's a flip mixer. All pretty easy. There is a step to be mindful of if you're blind or have low vision. I would always recommend exploring a new environment with a cane. And if we shut that glass door again, there's a wire basket looking thing just outside the shower, which is actually where we put our dirty towels and stuff, and the crew will replace our towels. Then we have a window, a window, which I'm presuming is quite possibly painted. I don't know whether that window can be seen through or not. Then next at the opposite end of the room, so to the left after you come through the doorway, in the far left corner is the toilet, and then a hand basin. So like I just said, ladies and gentlemen, if you are blind or have low vision, make sure that you use your cane to investigate the bathroom before you come and use it. Also, it's important to note that there is a staff call button on the in this particular room that I'm in now. There's a staff call button on the right as you're walking into the shower, and just make sure that you ask your train crew. This is going to be the first time I say this, but it won't be the last. Ask your train crew. They are more than happy to assist you with anything you need. So that is the shower room. Well, we're on the subject of toilets and bathrooms, we're going to have a look at the toilet, which is only 2 doors down from my cabins. So the first thing I'll say is you can actually tell which rooms are the toilets and the cabins, because the bathrooms and toilets have different handles to the cabin doors, and they are a single door that opens out. The cabin doors are a bifold door with a vertical handle in the middle, whereas the toilet and bathroom doors are a normal door with a horizontal handle on one end. So that's a good identification for someone who's blind or has low vision. So now we're in the toilet room, quite a small space. Directly in front as you come in the toilet room, there is a hand basin. There is hand soap on the wall above the basin here. There's a mirror there. Hello. I haven't yet found the hand towel, like to dry your hands, so I'll show you where that is when I figure out where it is. There's a small window just here, but obviously it's shaded out for I don't even know if it's a window, it doesn't sound like a window thing. Then on your right is the toilet. If you're sitting on the toilet, there's toilet paper to your left. I've just found the hand dryer, which is sort of on your left shoulder when you're sitting on the toilet. And then above the toilet, quite high, about my sort of face height, is a staff call button, and next to that is the next to that is a sign. I don't know what that says, but then underneath the staff call button is a double power point, and then to the, where's it gone? To the left of the double power point as you're facing it is a flat panel, which is the toilet flush button. I'm going to assume it possibly has a light. I don't know that. If you're blind or have low vision, it's the only sort of smooth surface. It doesn't have a great deal of tactile difference. They could have put a braille F for flush, or even a large print F for flush there. But we're going to have a look at my cabin now that turn down service has been done. Going to lift the handle and push in the door. It's a bifold door, so good girl, pen. I actually put pen back before I did this section of video. So on my left, when I step in the door, is the wardrobe. I've left my cane in the little corner here right next to the door underneath the light switch. I've got my charging station for my phone on the little bedside table, which is actually like a pull-out drawer thing. And then my bed is directly opposite the door. My hospitality attendant has put my Camel Simpson on the bed near the pillow with my nightie underneath him, and my pillows are there. And then he's placed a chocolate in the middle of my bed, and hopefully put my blinds down as well. So I'll just flick all of these light switches and see whether that means that it becomes brighter in here. So there you go, my nice maid room. Alright everybody, it's now time for the daytime cabin tour. Please keep in mind the fact that it is, now Tuesday afternoon. I have been on the train since Sunday morning, so the cabin I've neatened up, but it's not how it is presented to you when you first board the train. So I'm standing with my back to the door. As you can see, it's not a very big space. This is why they allocated me 2 cabins when I got on in Perth. So to the right of the door here, you have a vanity unit with a flip mixer tap on the right. Above that on the wall is a hand towel rail with a hand towel on it. Straight in front is obviously the mirror. Then next to the tap here, you've got a face washer. I've put the soap on the other side. Then behind on the bench of the vanity, you have got your amenity kit that they give you. So it's got shampoo, conditioner, body lotion, a cake of soap, a shower cap, a sanitary pad bag, a sanitizer, and I think that's it in there. And I've got my toothbrush just standing up, nope, fallen over in the corner behind. So then in the front of this cabinet there is a drawer on the top left corner. It's quite a small drawer, but I've managed to fit my hairbrush, deodorant, perfume, toothpaste in there. Next to that there is a cupboard which you open up. In the cupboard next to the small drawer is obviously the working for the sink, and then underneath that is some shelves where they put your towel and bathroom mat. Then in the other door of the cupboard is your rubbish bin. Next, above the vanity unit is a shelving for spare linen. And then next to the shelving, next to the vanity is a spare chair which has got my nightie on at the moment. So if you have someone come in and sit with you in your room, then this stool chair thing is what they can sit in. Also, I do believe there are actually 3 power points in this room. I'm just feeling to see where the third is, but I'm not quite sure. I'm guessing it's somewhere here near the vanity. Then opposite the door is the window. Out there currently is the land somewhere near Peterborough in South Australia, and the sun's coming in. It's actually nice with the sun coming in right now. And right underneath the window is this table here, which folds down into the wall, because this is obviously where the bed goes over. So on this table, when you first arrive, they have your lanyard, they have some documentation about the tour options. They also have some documentation with your dining times. That is on the lanyard. I think it's this piece of paper here. So that's my dining times. And then I've just got my iPad, my Braille note, and my Braille sense, and my Blaze on the table there too. Underneath the table and correspondingly underneath the bed at night time is Penny on her mat. She's a good girl. And then next is the lounge chair. So during the day, this chair is for you to sit in. And if we look, excuse me, if we look at the wall behind the chair, there is a handle right here, and this is what you pull down and the bed comes. But I can't fold it down all the way right now to show you, and you saw my night view last night. So on the chair I've just got a jumper, my 2 toys and the cushion. Then next to the chair, which I didn't show you in my night view, but next to the chair here is a little shelf that kind of is like a bedside table overnight. And then there's also a pull-out shelf here, which has got my iCombo charging stand, and is where directly below where the power points are. So there's 2 power points there. Then above that is the staff call light. Around the corner next to the shelf for the bedside table at night is 3 light switches. Then above the 2 power points here is the wardrobe. I've got some camera gear and stuff in there at the moment, and there's a hairdryer, at least I think it's a hairdryer, that's what it felt like, provided in the wardrobe. Then underneath the little pull-out table below the power points is another cupboard with 2 shelves in it. And then next to the door is where my cane is standing. And sorry, I nearly fell over because I was off balance and the train jerked. Then next to the door is some more light switches and the controls for the inbuilt radio system. So far as accessibility is concerned in this cabin, you certainly wouldn't lose anything because it's such a small space. I have been able to make it work for myself and the dog. If I only had been allocated 1 cabin, it might have been a little bit more squashy, because all of my dog care stuff and stuff that I'm not using in the immediate moment is in that second cabin. So all of my dirty laundry, all of her food, all of that sort of stuff is in the other room. The radio control panel is, you can feel the buttons. They have a kind of a rubbery texture on the smooth texture of the control panel that they're on, but you can't there's no information about which is the classical channel, which is the easy listening channel, which is the information channel. You just have to press them and figure out what is going to, what's going to play, and figure out which buttons are the volume buttons. So you're doing that by just pressing buttons until you find it out. I have discovered that the bottom 2 buttons are the volume up and down. I couldn't tell you what order the stations are in or anything like that. So far as like making sure that you know which is your cabin, I have it easy because I can go to the toilet, which is 2 doors towards my left as I step out of my cabin, and identify the toilet and then come back to my cabin. So if I'm in the shower, which is at the opposite end of the carriage to my cabin, what I do is I come back until I feel the toilet doors, and then when I'm at the toilet door, I turn around and count the cabins to find the correct one. You could put a hair tie or something on the handle of the door to identify it as being your cabin, and obviously if you let the train crew know that that is what you've done, that you've put something on the door to identify it as being your cabin, they will have no problems with that, and they will not touch it. The other thing that you could do is you can just count the doors. Everything else is reasonably accessible. They do explain to you the layout of your cabin when you get on board. They also explain to you how many carriages there are to walk through before you arrive at your dining car and your lounge car. Late tonight I'm going to do a walkthrough from my cabin to the lounge car, hopefully, and you guys will see a lot of the doors are manual doors. The only one that isn't a manual door is the one into the lounge car. It has a green button that you're supposed to press to get the door to open, but it's fairly easily identifiable. And as Deb and I said in the interview, they will help you as much as they can. And it's very rare that you wouldn't, you know, if you are traveling through, you find, and there is a crew member or even another passenger, if you're using your cane, they will probably, you know, help you by opening the doors for you, or telling you where you are, or that sort of thing. So don't be afraid to ask for help. One of the other things that I did when we embarked on the train in Perth on Sunday was when we embarked on the train in Perth, I actually did a walkthrough without Penny, and just made sure that I, you know, had a good look at the layout of how the doors worked and everything like that, so that I knew what I was doing with Penny. So definitely I would recommend doing something in that vein. I would also recommend, if you have low vision, always use either your long mobility cane if you have one, or your identification cane, to make sure that people do know that you're vision impaired when you're moving around the train, and just enjoy it. There is never a question that the staff won't or can't answer. There is never, you know, something that they won't do to assist you if you're blind, you know, to know where things are and stuff like that. Obviously, like Deb and I said yesterday, if you're in a wheelchair and you need help with physical movement and stuff like that, they are not allowed to help you with that. So you need to bring a care person with you. And you really should bring a care person with you if you're going to be using the onboard wheelchairs, because they're not self-propelled and the crew aren't allowed to push, from my understanding of it. So that is pretty much it for all of the accessibility stuff. I hope you've enjoyed this. I have tried to put in as much detail as I possibly can. I'm sorry I didn't cover intellectual disabilities. All I can say for that is that the crew will, you know, try and make it as comfortable journey as possible, but definitely, you know, if you have an intellectual disability, bring a care person. Same with hearing impairment, and all that sort of stuff. If you can manage the trip on your own, certainly give it a go, but just remembering that the crew are not disability support workers, they are hospitality workers. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I'll try and film a walkthrough tonight, and that'll be the end of the video. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are in the white dining room. We have the tables set up here. Where's a table? That sounds like a table there. So they're set up in a 4-person seating, proper, as you can see, silverware, stuff like that. It's like a 5-class restaurant. And then if we keep walking up here, there's Nick again.
So this is the Queen Adelaide restaurant, we call it, on the train. We'll give you a sneak peek at the kitchen while nothing's happening.
This is very privileged, you guys. So enjoy it while it lasts.
Gabby, we're just gonna poke our head in now. So this side here.
Don't let her poke her head in. Keep her back.
Food. I'll give it the lead to Jess. Jess, just gonna hold the lead for a sec.
It's an industrial kitchen. She's not allowed in.
We'll poke your head around here. So this is the side here of the kitchen. We call it the pantry. This is the waiter's side. This is where we grab all our food from. This is where we wash our dishes. This is where our cutlery and plates are kept. On the other side, where you can see the 2 chefs over here are getting ready for cooked dinner.
Cool.
Wave, chefs. Hi.
Hey guys, thank you for the food.
Yeah, so that's about it, hey?
Cool. Excellent.
No problems.
And it's all, oh, hang on, turn the camera around. It's all fresh produce when it gets on the train, everyone. And they cook it all in there, which is pretty amazing, I reckon. So, there you go.